Do you like champagne?
Of course. Who doesn't like champagne? I love everything about champagne.
Do you like champagne parties?
Wait, what is a champagne party?
You party with champagne.
Oh, I was like, is this something weird and dirty? Then yeah, I love champagne parties.
It could be, because we're going to talk about a Champagne DAO, and basically the community gets to govern what happens at the champagne parties. So if you wanted to go down that route, I got good news. It could happen.
Amazing. Yes, I want to know all about this. I'm in.
All right.
So interested.
We're going to talk about the first Champagne DAO. It's literally called Champagne DAO. It's also called Privé. It's got two names, but I'll explain everything in a minute and how this is a equity opportunity. So stay tuned. Let's do it. If you are new here, we do Web3, NFT, and digital art content. Please like and subscribe. We ain't getting paid for this. None of this is sponsored, and it is also not financial advice. That being said, let's go straight into the Privé Societe. I'm totally saying that wrong. It's French and can't pronounce this.
And you're American. I'm from the Midwest, so.
I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking like that. We don't talk like that in the Midwest. We talk like this. We talk like our A's are really high.
Chicago.
I'm from Chicago. Anyway, I'm going to butcher all of the French words, so we deal with it. Alrighty. So first thing off the bat, like why I'm talking about this NFT is that when I saw that there was a champagne NFT called Privé, I thought Privé was a existing fancy champagne that I had already seen.
Yeah, is it not?
It is not. It is a new champagne founded in 2022. Here is the Privé Champagne website. Cool. And as you can see, they've got a prototype here of some bottles with NFTs on them. So this is literally a champagne company that has just been minted. Can I say that? We've just minted a champagne company. And it's got a clear goal of decorating the bottles with NFTs, which is a pretty cool idea. I don't know that 100% for sure. I'm just going off of what this picture looks like. I don't know what these bottles are going to end up looking like, but looks cool. There is the Champagne DAO, which is what this website is that we're on. And then there is the Privé Society. It's just Societe. Wow. This is not how you say it. This thing in my language. I know. I do not know how you say it. Okay, the Privé Society. This is what we're really going to talk about today. This is a NFT that minted. This mint did not go as planned, and I almost abandoned this video altogether, but it was already recorded. So let me just give you the lowdown on what has happened with their mint. They were originally scheduled to mint October 7th. It did not go as planned. They had some issues with their smart contract. They were very communicative in their Discord channel about reasons why, should you choose to believe what they've said or not. So they pushed back their mint, and then they actually had trouble on October 11th, also minting. So that also did not go as planned. Oddly enough, in the middle of all of this chaos, they launched a luxury streetwear fashion label for the brand, even though they were having trouble with the mint. And that is this site here, this Maison de Privé website. I will link this as well in the description box. It looks like fancy hoodies, pretty degen. I'm not too sure why you would announce this in the middle of a mint that's not going so well, but that is what they chose to do. Full disclosure, I know as much as you know from reading their tweets and their Discord. So they explain everything here about they had to postpone their mint once again because of their contract, and they had some issues with waitlist addresses, not being able to mint, and basically the whole deployment was a bit of a hot mess. It has finally minted now. I believe on October 13th, it was the official mint after a couple delays, and you can now check out the NFTs on OpenSea. They are up at Privé Genesis Pass. They have not been revealed yet, and at time of recording, there have only been 837 sold. But now you have that info. So do with that what you will. And we're going to continue the video. So their goal is to make Privé a lifestyle brand where digital meets physical. So this is going to be a sort of private club. The word privé in French literally means private, so like exclusive. So they are trying to make a digital country club which has an in real life component to it, which is also based around a glorious champagne, which is actually from the Champagne region in France. I do know enough about Champagne to know that in order for it to be real champagne, it does have to come from the Champagne region of France. And not only that, they also had to go through legal approval in France to name their DAO the Champagne DAO. So they had to go through all sorts of stuff because the French people are very much do not use the word champagne for anything unless we approve it, period. So they've done all that. They've got all the legal work sorted out, and they are ready to go.
You may be getting into this. Who's behind this?
Okay.
You have to be somebody from the beverage industry.
Yeah, let's talk about who's behind this. So I will bring up the team page here on their website. Damon Nam is the co-founder of it, and you can come here and go through all of their LinkedIns, which I did earlier. He has a long 16 plus year career at Microsoft and has pivoted for I think about 5-6 years now into the Web3 space. He does have some former experience with some products like Coin and Holdverse. So he is the tech side founder leader, as much as they're very careful to say there's no real leader here, but decentralized champagne company. So he is one of the founders, but then we also have Rodolphe Frenchie, who is the experienced wine producer, as you can see.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to even try that French name. We're going to call you Frenchie. Frenchie here, yes, has a long background in producing champagne. He has been the CEO of the champagne company for 17 plus years.
Wow, what a jump, though, from mergers and acquisitions into champagne.
Yeah, right? When you're done with the finance world, you're friggin' done. That's yeah. There's also a quite talented team. All these other people have legitimate backgrounds. I'm not going to go too deep into all of them, but they do have all this information on their website. They are totally doxed, which is always a good sign. So the reason that there are two companies, they did give this really nice PowerPoint presentation or slide deck presentation. I don't know why I'm calling it a PowerPoint. The slide deck. And it's not even really, it's just like one big PDF. Anyway, let's go through this little thing because they were so professional. I listened to their Twitter spaces and I was very confident about the team. I was like, all right, I'm not dealing with a bunch of total degens here. You guys definitely have a serious attempt at a business model for Web3 and have thought a lot of this out. You've got your legal work figured out and you're ready to go. In order to make sure that the Privé NFT does not become a security, it has to fail this Howey test. And I've never heard of this before, but this is really cool. So if it is in all 4 quadrants, then it is considered a security legally. And if it fails one of the 4 quadrants, then it is not. So the way they got around it is that if you buy the Privé NFT, there is no expectation of profits with that NFT, if I understand this correctly, which is why they had to create a Champagne DAO, which is the second piece of the company. So the Champagne DAO, they said it is actually a Web 2 based model, and it is a public owned corporation that is for profit and will make profit.
Okay.
And then the Privé NFT, the Privé DAO, does not make any revenue. The creators don't make any revenue at all. 100% of the creator royalties go back into the community. So now you might be asking yourself, this sounds stupid. How am I going to make any money here? Aha. So the catch is that when the Champagne DAO starts making money, they're going to fund back into the Privé DAO tokens to their members. And the token is called Drink. So this drink token that they are making, if I can find, this slide here, they're going to put money into it and then airdrop those tokens to the holders. And then what you do with those tokens is up to you. You'll be able to swap them on Uniswap however you want, or you will be able to use them for merch and products that are within the Privé DAO. Yes, I think this is a really interesting model. I don't think it's the first time I've seen this sort of setup. I think this is maybe happening in quite a few projects now, but this is the first time I've seen it really nicely laid out to explain how it works. So you can see here the Champagne DAO, assuming they make a net profit, they will put that money into the Drink token and deposit it and distribute it to the holders.
I think that makes sense. I'm trying to process it. Yeah.
No, they did say that in their AMA. They were like, it sounds confusing, but once you see it in action, it's going to start making sense. But I think I loosely understand what's happening here. It's a two-way exchange here. So again, that visual, Privé DAO, no CEO or team, organization owned by the holders. You get voting rights and decide what the Champagne brand should be. And they're not making any revenue off of this NFT. That all goes back into the DAO. And the holders get to decide what to do there. But that works with the Champagne DAO, which is the Web2 company. And they're going to handle all the marketing. They're going to make corporate revenue. They're going to build the brand. And then they're going to, funnel some of that revenue back into the Privé DAO. Smart, right? I could see this working in the sense that maybe if one of the holders has a super rare NFT, I can think of a few, and they are a member of this Champagne or the Privé DAO, giving the Champagne DAO their IP to use it on the bottle, and then that money coming back into them and helping build the brand that way, or whatever the DAO decides to do creatively. Essentially how this is going to work. So I think this is interesting. I did like on their website, they made like a comparison table with Links DAO, which is another country club type NFT. It's based around golf, and there's some famous people in it. Steph Curry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're comparing themselves to Links DAO, and then also the slides I've heard of. I just think that's a little funny. Yeah, there are going to be 4,999 NFTs total, and the things that distinguish them, it says that there will be unique art design per NFT. I do think that's funny because I'm not sure it really matters.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I see this more as like a membership pass than something that you're going to show off, make it your profile pic or something, or really care that much about the unique art. But they're listed as a differentiator because like the Links DAO, they just all look like membership cards.
Yeah.
And you also get a private membership network. This is another thing that, if we're going to be totally transparent, I want to talk about for a second, because they want to focus on this being like a lifestyle brand, right? And somewhere in here, let's see if I can find it. They say that it's a community. Yeah, this is a private membership community of entrepreneurs, investors, tastemakers, creators, and connoisseurs. Okay, you've written that. I have a whitelist spot and I haven't been asked who I am. So how do you know if I'm an entrepreneur, investor, tastemaker, creator, or connoisseur?
Yeah.
So that's just one thing.
Degen.
Yeah, this is straight degen. Maybe, maybe not. Nobody knows what I do in real life. But, okay. But also, are we vetting members? I don't know how, if you want to make like a closed network make that a big draw in your NFT, that you're going to have access to this group of people. How are you going to do that?
Yeah. How are you verifying this?
Right. There's that. I did want to point that out just to be totally transparent. And if they have any answer to that, I would love to hear it. So there is this Privé OG collection that exists. The floor price is currently 0.1. So you could scoop one of these up. Do follow them on Twitter if you have any questions and want to hear more about it. It is at Privé Societe. Whatever. And they are planning to have a IRL event at Art Basel. So if you want to go sip some champagne there, buy one and you can come to the party. I'm going to give the official statement about their equity thing that they're planning just to make sure I totally get it on video. These changes in the future. We've documented it. It says, how do I become an equity owner of the Privé Spirits Company? And they say equity ownership opportunities for Privé Champagne are restricted to Privé NFT holders. Members will be airdropped and have waitlist access to the Privé corporate offerings and profit sharing programs through the release of a token in the future. That is the official statement. So that is how you can earn equity on this should they stick to their game plan and this profits. That's how it's all going to go down. Queen.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, we're going to do the glue sniff rating system backed by science about how you're feeling about this NFT, and would you buy one glue sniff, meaning you only need a little bit of glue to sniff in order to purchase one of these, and 3 sniffs being you have to be totally out of your mind. How are you feeling about it?
I think that I am at a 2.5 to 3.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a little on the higher end just because I think that they need to prove some things through like the membership, and I need to see how the DAOs are interacting a bit more before I invest. Like, I think in theory, it seems like a great idea, but so do most projects.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think I just need to see it. It's too early for me right now.
You've heard it here. Too early for her. So
I support it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, if you enjoy this sort of content, do like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Ciao.